Hello good people, my name is CrankinGaming. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Pokemon Legends Arceus. I know this game is a little bit older at this point, but for me, I never finished the actual storyline. So since this is the first thing I'll be putting on my YouTube channel, I wanted to do something a little more chill, a little more fun. So I figured I'd go through with you to play the storyline. And as for me, I really love the checklisting aspect of this game, right? There's just so much to do and so much to track, and so I really want to make this sort of my shiny hunting and chill sort of thing. So I thought this would be a good start so that I can also introduce myself and talk a little bit about myself and why I'm starting a YouTube channel. But this is the sort of stuff I like to play. It's just very, easygoing, chill, easy to listen to, that kind of stuff, good music. So yeah, let's get started. So welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now I wish to know thine appearance. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and pick her. What is thy name? So, I'm gonna go here and put in Crankin. This was one of my nicknames growing up, particularly in high school. Crankin. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. Crankin. Seek out all Pokemon and thou shalt find me once more. So I know this game has some mixed reviews to it, but I really liked it. I think it's a great addition to the Pokemon franchise. I think I really appreciate, all the new things they were trying to do. I also think they implemented a lot of good things from this game into Scarlet Violet, which I've been playing a lot of recently on my own time. But I really wanted to revisit this to sort of use it as a comparison and to also finish it. It's one of the Pokemon games I haven't finished. Wake up! Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my girl? You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness, you seem unharmed. Let's go with, who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky, you understand. Come now, who in the world does that? The main character in Rune Factory 4 also falls out of the sky. I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see, you seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? No, nowhere. So you don't know anyone here and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? Somehow, I guess. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Crew. Fool. And plish plash. Oh my, I had completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but do you even know what a Pokemon is? Of course I do. I'd be surprised if there's anyone in the world that doesn't have some idea of what Pokemon is, even if it's just Pikachu. My, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might your name be? Oh, so you're called Crankin. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Oh, but I do apologize, I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I am something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these 3 here. Oh, blast and bother, my darling Pokemon. Why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Wait, you 3. Alright, so here we are. So, I do like the look of this game. I know it's not the best graphically, but that's not really what Pokemon's known for anyways. That's right, you can sprint in this game. There's a glowing beeping object over there. You found something that resembles a phone. Probably your phone, but it's changed shape. Feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc Phone and thy mission. Seek out all Pokemon. So that is something I am planning on doing, is completing the Pokédex. And I am planning on, you know, spending extra time completing all the tasks for all the Pokemon. So once we get into it, get past all this dialogue, I'll start talking more about myself and what my channel's going to be like. Sigh, alas, yet another miss. Aha, I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these 3 first. Now that one is Rowlet. Sorry if I mispronounce these names, by the way. I've never been good at Pokemon names, especially the newer ones. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant. Apparently it battles using sharp feathers. Crew. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's black back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. Foom. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. I'll probably choose Oshawott. I've never used Oshawott before. I want to do something kind of new for myself. Plish Plash. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my girl, Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. 50 of them. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already, Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and, why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. Quite simple. Though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. Okay, ZR, right stick, and B to cancel throw. Sorry, I've got to kind of remember. Isn't there a way to... Yeah, that's how you lock on to. Alright. Wonderful, you've caught a Pokemon. Seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Kraken. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. And isn't there a way to crouch? Maybe I can't yet. I do like how they took a darker turn with this game. The fear of Pokemon and playing with that idea. I could hardly believe it, Kraken. Incredible. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, shall we? Alright. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, that's scripted. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old girl. I wonder if it matters if you, Okay, I guess we can't get them from the back. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village, almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, Kraken, I was taken aback by how well you use Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an ARC phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research, containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must of course catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? I do like Laventon as a character. Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my girl? You've convinced me. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We've a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then onward to Jubilife Village. So yeah, just a little bit about my gaming. I play quite a bit of Pokemon lately, ever since Shining Pearl. You know, they've made it significantly easier to shiny hunt and complete Pokédexes and stuff like that. And I'm just really into that kind of thing. I really like RPGs, single-player RPGs. I like some challenge, things like Dark Souls series. Darkest Dungeon series, really looking forward to Darkest Dungeon 2 releasing. I'll be playing Diablo 4 when it comes out in June. I think that'll probably be a large bulk of the videos I'll be making around that time. But I am planning on playing quite a bit of Pokemon, maybe throwing in some Hades here and there, and some other games just for fun to check out. But I have loved gaming for many, many years, and so creating videos has always kind of been a goal of mine, just to have them out there so I can look back at them, if nothing else. But I do hope that it'll be at least a little educational and fun to talk and chat. I have a lot of thoughts that I love sharing, but I'm sure my family members and friends are probably sick of it, so I'll throw them out there on the internet for everyone to listen to if they'd like. So let's keep going with this. Here's Lavington again. Thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsmen. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her into the village for a bit. Yeah, I really like that they kind of went on a darker path, right? Back in the day, everything's a little more dangerous, you know, much more close-knit communities because there's not much communication between different areas, right? And so this idea of like this isolated village that is attempting to live basically out in the wild in sort of a Pokemon frontier, I think that's a really cool idea, and seeing the attitude switch. This way, if you please. Jubilife Village. It's come a long way thanks to the fine people of the Galaxy Expedition team. This road we're on now is known to the locals as Canala Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much to do yet, and not many to do it. And since we know so little of the local Pokemon, people hesitate to set foot outside the village. Now that impressive building up ahead of us is Galaxy Hall, headquarters for this entire outfit. Oh, botheration. I'd almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. The Wallflower, it's called. Your ARC phone is beeping. Somehow it seems to show where you need to go next. Yes, somehow. I must say, probably my biggest peeve of this game is the map. I am not a huge fan of the map. I find the HUD to be okay, but I think this could really have been done better. Especially like, I would say the same thing for Scarlet and Violet too, actually. The map is probably my least favorite, but it's alright. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflowers for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who in the world are you? What's that bizarre garb you're wearing? A Pokemon could slice right through those flimsy excuses for clothes. For you to get in here, someone must have vouched for you. Was it Professor Lavington? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way off. Not the most reliable sort, though, letting Pokemon run off and give him the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon drubbed me with a move called Thunder Shock, I'd have corralled them for sure. But the Professor, wow. Unfortunately, it's just as Ray says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Ack. But everything will be quite alright now. Crankin here has agreed to help us with our Pokédex. I sure have. In this for the long haul. As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Gah? Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I am the captain of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. I really like her character, too. Professor Lavington has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control, and now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite all right. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, if you please, but make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Where'd you find this stranger in the first place, Professor? Ah, well, you know of the great hole in the sky? The one people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it. Was that a joke? Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Okay, Lavington. Now you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Sure, they're all over the place, in the grass, in the forests, in the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. You know, he's not wrong. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess, or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. If Pokemon were real, based on like the sizes of some of them, they really would be terrifying. But that's where Crankin will come in. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. That's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch a single wild Pokemon while fending off their attacks. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokédex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now have your fill, Crankin. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. That was quite delicious indeed. You're awfully relaxed about all this. You do know that we won't get to have Crankin join the Survey Corps unless she passes a trial. Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Crankin's skills. Let's hope it is not misplaced. Crankin, was it? For tonight at least, we will provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put to you tomorrow, you must move on. You will be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps your death in the wilds. Captain Silene's like Hisui in a way. They're both plenty harsh. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yep, sleep tight. Still, people falling from the sky, that's some kind of story. Yeah, I don't think the story is particularly great in this one. It's pretty common, I guess, for a Pokemon game, but I like the setting of it, right? The town, the past, kind of the atmosphere they've built in this one, I think is a little more in-depth than their usual, so I appreciate that. So let's go to sleep. Another game I am planning on playing is Zelda Breath of the Wild. I haven't played that much at all. Save screen, yeah, menu, just tutorial stuff. So I will play Breath of the Wild. At least start it, see how far I get. I have not played. My husband really likes it, but I never really got into it. Although I love Zelda games, just didn't really catch my attention that much. But I want to give it another try, and then try Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out later this year. I also thought it would be fun to check out some of the games my son likes to play, my toddler. He's 3, but there are some games he really likes to play, like the Hot Wheels racing game and Minecraft, Slime Rancher, those sorts of things. The next day. Hey in there, you awake? That was some wild lightning last night, right? Anyway, if you're up, come on out. So if any of those games sound interesting to you, those are some of the things I'll be playing. Like I said, very chill, most of the games. Did you sleep all right? I know that's not easy in a strange new land. We better not keep Captain Silene waiting. Let's hurry to headquarters. Some of the more hardcore, in-depth stuff I will be playing is definitely Diablo. Maybe some Dark Souls. Darkest Dungeon 2. I might actually revisit Darkest Dungeon, do some challenge runs or something for Darkest Dungeon. It's one of my favorite games of all time, for sure. Here we are, Galaxy Hall. What do you think? Ever seen a building this grand before? Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against a whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical corps will put you to rights. You do realize that if you fail your trial and get flung out of the village, you could well die out there. Well, you might die even sooner than that if you have to take on this trial without a Pokemon to be your partner. Captain Silene, ma'am, I've brought Crankin. You may enter. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon, Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. 3 species right away, but none of us have ever managed that. Did the stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for her, if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. That whatever it is you're wearing doesn't suit our satchels in the least. Ray, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Mission. Entry trial. Y button. Check the tasks, missions, and requests. That's right. Pardon, Crankin. Come with me a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. What did you need, Professor? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Crankin absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Yes, Pokemon. Crew, Foom, Plish Plash. Go on, Crankin, pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my girl, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? So like I said, I think I'm going to go with Oshawott, because I have not used Oshawott before. Plish Plash. Do you want Oshawott as your first partner? Yes. So this is not going to be 100% playthrough, probably not, but I'm not going to rush it either. I'll definitely do some requests and side stuff too. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Oshawott back inside its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. A word of advice, my girl, pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. Coo, Foom. Look at those two cheer on their pal, Oshawott. Or maybe they just wanted to help Crankin with her trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Crankin fell out of the sky after all. Well, not to worry, you two, I'll have you assist me with my research for now. Coo and Foom. By the by, what species has Captain Silene charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing. All three of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial then. 20 more Pokeballs. You'd think that he would give them all at once. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. Let's be off. I'll show you the way to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Meet me at the gate to your left as you leave headquarters. Alright, so we are going to stop here. Oops, wrong button. And I will come out with another video, keep talking about my channel. I do plan on reading all the dialogue. I think that, like for me, as a mom, my experience has been sometimes I can't always keep my eyes on a video, so I think it's very helpful to have a YouTuber who reads the story out to you, essentially, right? So that's something I am going to be doing for those who can't watch but like to listen. And like I said, this is going to be something pretty chill. Listen to the music, listen to the story, and I will throw in my own commentary and my own ideas and more about me as we go along. So yeah, thanks for watching.